Entrepreneurs seek an investment to start, grow, or save their business.
Why is it worth $5 million?
We did $1.1 million in revenue.
Wow. Well, you just shut me up.
If the Sharks hear a great idea,
Wow.
they'll invest their own money.
Tell us about the flaxseed and the impact.
I only tell that to my business partners.
And fight each other for a deal.
I'll make you an offer. $250,000 for 35%.
I'm going to give you an offer.
What if I gave you $250,000 for 30%?
You want to step over dollars to save pennies? That's up to you.
But the entrepreneurs must get the full amount they're asking for, or they'll walk away with nothing.
No way in hell it's worth $5 million.
Sir, you're wearing a suit. I'm selling T-shirts.
I wear T-shirts all weekend long.
It doesn't mean you play in the circle.
Oh, we just you.
Who are the Sharks? They're self-made business experts worth billions. Kevin O'Leary is a shrewd venture capitalist who made his fortune selling a children's educational company for over $4 billion. Damon John dominated the fashion world with FUBU. Now he's the branding expert behind multiple global brands generating billions in sales. Robert Herjavec, son of an immigrant factory worker, founded one of the world's preeminent cybersecurity firms. Lori Grenier, the queen of QVC, holds over 100 patents and has launched over 400 products, grossing over $500 million in sales. And Mark Cuban, renowned billionaire tech mogul and the outspoken owner of the Dallas Mavericks.
I am Michaela.
And I'm her dad, Theo.
I'm 9 years old, and I've had my business for over half of my life.
Michaela's always loved business. Ever since she was 4 years old, we noticed that she was a natural entrepreneur.
When I was younger, me and my brother Jacob would set up a stand and sell lemonade, arts and crafts, painted rocks. Anything that we could make ourselves, we would sell it. One product was a top seller, and I knew we could make that a real business, so I asked my parents for help, and that's how my business was born. What's the update on finance? Now, everyone in my family works for my company. Running a business isn't easy. Between going to school and working on business, I'm as busy as a bee. Here's your order.
Thank you.
Enjoy. I know the Sharks are gonna love my products, and I hope they give me a really sweet deal. Hello, Sharks. My name's Michaela Ulmer.
And I'm Theo Ulmer, Michaela's dad.
I'm the owner of B Sweet Lemonade, and today I'm here to ask for $60,000 for 10% equity in my company. When was the last time you tried something so good and refreshing and wondered, could this be good for me? Well, Sharks, guess what? I created a product that was both good for you and tastes great at the same time. My product is lemonade, but not just any lemonade, honeybee sweet lemonade with a very special ingredient, flaxseed. When I was in kindergarten, yes, 4.5 years old, I signed up in a youth entrepreneurship contest. While trying to figure out what product to create, two events happened. I got stung by 2 bees in 1 week, and my great-granny Helen sent me a 1940s cookbook with her favorite recipe of flaxseed lemonade in it. I didn't enjoy the bee stings at all, but I became fascinated with bees and what they do in our ecosystem that I decided to create a product that helps save the bees and uses my great-granny Helen's recipe as well. And that's how B Sweet was born.
We currently have 4 flavors: the original mint, half and half, tea and lemonade, ginger, and also prickly pear. Our simple ingredients have added health benefits to provide a functional, flavorful twist. B Sweet Lemonade offers the consumer a healthier beverage alternative.
So, Sharks, which one of you will be sweet, join my team, and help me build my American dream? Lemonade, anyone?
Absolutely.
Bring it on, Michaela.
So cute.
What flavor is this, Michaela?
This is ginger. That's half and half tea and lemonade.
Right. You get the original.
And this is the original.
Yeah, original. Thanks, guys.
I can't drink lemonade.
It's good.
How old are you?
I'm 9 years old.
9 years old.
I don't
Really?
believe
Well,
it.
you really are poised and
Wow.
handle yourself great.
Tell us a little bit about the business. Are you selling?
We've been in business actually for 5.5 years. And year to date, we've got $25,000 in actual sales through August.
Where are you selling the product?
Whole Foods Market.
Great.
We're currently sold in over 30 locations in 4 cities, but we recently received an opportunity to expand within the entire Southwest region, which covers 4 states.
Tell us about the flaxseed and the impact.
Well, I can't tell how I get the flaxseed in there because it's my great-great Helen's trade secret. I only tell that to my business partners.
Smart girl. Smart girl.
There's a
Now,
hustler right
what's the
there.
benefit to it?
Well, flaxseed is a seed packed with omegas and fibers. It keeps you going.
Theo, we know about Michaela's background, and she's highly qualified.
Right.
Tell us about your background.
So between my wife and I, we've got over 40 years of experience in marketing, operations, and finance.
Are you full-time with
My
this?
wife's actually full-time with it right now, and this is my second full-time job.
Theo,
So
where
I have a
did
regular
you work
full-time.
before this?
I worked at Xerox, and I also worked at Dell Computer.
What are the plans for the $60,000?
What I'm going to do with the $60,000 is I'm going to make more products so I can launch into the whole Southwest region.
Where do you manufacture this today?
Well, it's in Austin, Texas,
We have a local co-packer who manufactures it for us.
Well, how much do you charge for it at retail?
between $2.75 and $3.
And what does it
does
cost you to make it, Michaela?
$1.50.
Michaela, what's your biggest challenge in your business right now?
It's probably fitting school and B-Sweet Lemonade and all the other activities that I might want to do
I think you're right.
together.
School's got to go. Does it concern you that you only have $25,000 in sales after 5.5 years?
No, not really.
No, that's not a total in sales. This year to date, correct?
Correct. We just started in Whole Foods in January of this year with one store, and each month we've grown.
Do you find $3 is a premium price for lemonade? Because I find it expensive. $2.99 is a lot for a jar of lemonade.
If we're able to scale the business, you know, we can look at some
What
sort
can
of
you
price
get the price
adjustment.
down to?
We can get the cost down below $1.
How many units would you have to buy to get that
We
cost
would
down
need
to
to
that?
produce around 2,700 bottles.
Gotcha. So when you go into the Southwest region, would you then have an order for 2,700 bottles?
We believe by the second quarter, we'll have enough volume to get us to 3,000 gallons per SKU, and then we can lower that cost.
Guys, I look at this as a very competitive market. Not to say that Michaela isn't fantastic. The guts to come in here and pitch us, it takes a lot. But you're not committed, Michaela. You're not willing to drop out of school. So I have a problem with that, and I want my CEO full-time. So come back when you're actually ready to say school's out forever, and we'll talk. Until then, I'm out.
Michaela, we see a lot of different products on the show. Some things are more competitive than others. The drink market like this, at a store level, it's very, very difficult because it comes down to brand and shelf space, which is different than necessarily the quality of the product. So for me, it's just a really tough market. I'm out.
So a couple of things. You mentioned commitment, you mentioned shelf space. First, she started this when she was 4.5 years old, and she's been doing it for 5 years. So over half her life, she's been selling lemonade. So I would disagree that there's a lack of commitment. Even though she's not willing to drop out of school yet, she's very much committed.
Yeah, I don't think it's a question of
For
commitment.
5 years, definitely committed.
You
And
can't
as far
take
as-
his question seriously.
I know.
Yes,
But as
you
far as
can.
shelf
I'm
space,
dead serious.
No,
we've already got the shelf space, and we've
You know
got
what, Theo,
an
you guys have
opportunity.
been, Michaela,
Yeah.
you're amazing, right? I mean, you're incredible. But the challenge is you're not quite a company yet. And more importantly to me, while this is a great start, I don't think this is the best that Michaela's going to do. I just think that there's so much better ahead for her. So come back, you know, when you graduate from middle school, you'll probably own half the place. But we want to see you again. But for right now, I'm out.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
You know, Michaela, I've been known to say often, I can tell if something or someone is a hero or a zero. You are definitely a big hero. I think you're doing every single thing right. And you've come in with what I think is one of the best logos I've ever seen for lemonade. It's amazing. I have struggled here because I can't drink lemonade. I'm allergic. So I couldn't try it. So for that reason, I'm out.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
One sharp left.
Damon.
Four sharks are out. Damon is Theo and Michaela's last chance at a deal for their company, B-Sweet Lemonade.
One shark left.
Damon.
My biggest challenge is I don't know this space. But I just did a deal with a company called HLN out on the East Coast. They're a distributor to all the C stores.
C stands for convenience.
Convenience stores, basically. So I'm going to give you an offer. And the offer is this. I'm going to give you $60,000 for 25%. Contingent that my partners on the East Coast that distribute to C stores, convenience stores, will be able to get that in the stores. If they cannot get it in, we don't have a deal. And the reason I need 25% is I'm going to have to split this partnership up on my side.
Damon has made you an offer. What are you going to do?
It's a deal.
Yeah. Congrats, guys.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congrats, Michaela.
Congrats.
Nice job.
You did a wonderful job.
I'm really excited that Damon's my new partner, and I think that he'll be a great match for BC Illuminate.
It's that time of year again, and I've decided to invite my most successful entrepreneurs to my house in Utah.
Welcome to the mountains.
This year, I've invited Grace and Lays, Pip Stacks, Billy Customized, Ruffery, Daisy Cakes, Cerebral Success, and of course, Cousin Spain Lobster. Before Shark Tank, total sales for all 7 businesses were about $2 million. Since making a deal with me on Shark Tank, total sales are over $24 million.
We're here to share our trade secrets, and we're all going to go home a heck of a lot smarter.
I like my entrepreneurs to share their highs and lows, figure out which strategies worked and which ones didn't, and collectively become stronger businesses.
Having a co-packer has helped us spend more time figuring out how to grow the business.
Whether it's the web development team or search engine optimization, it's really important that everyone knows that you exist.
You guys give us a ton of insight. It's always nice to be part of a family like this. Everybody cares about everybody, and it's because it starts with Barbara. It's so inspiring. It's all because of one person's vision.
This retreat is all about sharing ideas, but my favorite part is some fun on the slopes. Ready to go skiing!
It's been 2.5 years since Barbara came into our lives, and we're now at $6.5 million in sales.
Barbara set up a meeting with GNC with one phone call. Now we're launching in 1,100 GNC stores, and I couldn't be more stoked.
To think that my mother and I went from $27,000 to now $3.1 million. It's really been life-changing.
Before Shark Tank, we had over $1 million in sales, and now we've grossed over $10.5 million in sales.
To my family.
I've been an entrepreneur all my life, and I built a business without the help of other entrepreneurs. It would have been my dream come true to surround myself with other smart people building their own business. That's what I'm doing for this family. I want everybody to support each other, and as a result of that, everybody's going to have their dream come true, I'm sure of it.
Thank you, Barbara!
Next into the tank is a resource to help control your reputation in the age of technology.
Hi, Sharks. I'm Patrick Gambron from New York, New York, and my company is Brand Yourself. I'm seeking a $2 million investment in exchange for a 13.5% equity stake in my company.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Sharks, meet Bob. Bob went to an Ivy League school, graduated top of his class, and was even president of the debate team. Bob is an employer's dream, but when employers look Bob up online, they don't meet 4.0 Bob, they meet Spring Break 08 Bob. And Bob's one mistake has been costing him dozens of jobs. An online search is now your first impression, and Brand Yourself helps ensure you make a good one. It's the first online platform that helps people improve what shows up when someone searches for them online. So if an employer, a client, a colleague, or even a date looks them up, they won't find that embarrassing blog from college. Instead, they'll find what you want them to find. Accurate, relevant results about you. Our online platform is simple. You sign up for an account and enter your name to get your search results. You mark those results as either positive, irrelevant, or negative to get a score, which is based on how good you currently look when someone looks you up. In this case, it looks like we could use some help. So next, you submit the relevant things you think people should be finding. Your personal websites, an article you wrote, anything. Our software analyzes that and shows you all the steps you can take that you haven't that will make it more search engine friendly and therefore rank higher for your name. Now you repeat this process until your first page is filled with relevant results, and irrelevant or unwanted results are buried far below. Now this is the same process you used to have to pay a firm tens of thousands of dollars a year to do for you. But today, everybody needs the power and the tools to put them back in control of their own online reputations, and Brand Yourself is the company creating those. So Sharks, who wants to join us?
How do you make money?
We wanted to start off with a free product so people could come in and help themselves, and then a very inexpensive premium version, which is still about $100 a year. Our free product was also bringing in people who traditionally went to our competitors, high-level executives or people with more complicated problems, and we launched a concierge service for people who need that.
How many people signed up?
We have 300,000 free users, over 5,000 subscribers, and concierge, which is new, which is about a year old, a little around 500.
So concierge gets you an active human being who is working with you, a team of people.
What's the price for the concierge service?
The average first-year contract's about $5,000.
What are your sales?
So since March of 2012, we've done 2.2 million with another $500,000 in book contracts.
Wow.
But the growth is even crazier.
Okay.
So 400,000 our first year, 100% growth next year to 800,000. This year we've already surpassed what we did last year. We're on pace probably to break over 2.
What do you do about social media posts that don't make it into Google?
That's a separate tool set we were working on. That's under the umbrella of
You
the
don't
business
have
stuff
that today?
We don't have it launched today. No.
I can buy that, and I have, for $10,000 to $15,000, okay? Concierge service that is working their way through the issues around these businesses I own. And sometimes it doesn't work at all.
You're right in the sense, no matter what, there's no guarantee results.
So you're the low-cost provider in an industry that already has 4 or 5 competitors.
It's not just the price, it's actually the service. There's a reason why the big guys trash talk us. They hate us because we're taking all their customers because we do it better. We're the best company in this industry. We've got the best people.
Yeah, but Pat, here's the
technology.
problem. Better is not a differentiator.
You may be smarter, faster, leaner, meaner, and have a better model. But, your valuation is $15 million. I don't think there's anything wrong with your business. I don't think I would pay a $15 million valuation for it. But, you might get a customer out of it, and I hope your claims are right.
I hope you do get a customer out of it, because I'm telling you, you're paying too much and we'll do a much better job.
I'm out.
So I think this is valuable. It's much needed, because when people come to work for me, we just look them up, right? That's the good news. Here's the bad news. I just don't know enough about the space to risk $2 million on my own money. I'm out.
Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. So the valuation is obviously probably going to be an issue, right? I understand. I'm asking.
Patrick, it's an issue.
Part of the reason, just to get, so you guys are on the same page as me, is we actually just recently raised part of a round at this valuation. So part of it is out of fairness. This is what the market's pricing at.
How much did you raise?
We were out raising $5 million. We closed 3 and wanted to leave the extra 2.
So you closed $3 million
yes.
at roughly a $15 million valuation.
Yes.
Well, you're a hustler. I like that.
Thank you.
I hear the ads all the time for what we keep saying is your major competition. They are spending millions of dollars on advertising. While I think it's a great concept, I think that you are going to have to spend millions in advertising to be able to beat them. I'm out.
I very much appreciate the feedback.
Okay, what do we have here? Roberts and Mr. Cuban.
The 2 tech guys.
Okay, Patrick, here's what I see. We all have to shrink our digital footprint, but the growth side of your business, I think, is going to reach a roadblock as the technology changes and the dependency on social media grows. Yet, you don't know how you're going to solve that problem, but you're pricing as if you have solved that problem. And because of that disconnect, I'm out.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Robert?
Mr. Hershenvik, Mr. Security Guy.
Pat, I like it. I think that there's definitely a business here.
Yep.
I think there's a very large business for consumers that may not be computer savvy, that want a better reputation or get rid of something. Your real value is your growth.
Yeah.
But the valuation is nuts. I mean, it's just nuts. I mean, it's 15, 16 million at this point when you're doing a couple $1 million in sales. But here's the beauty of Shark Tank. You're allowed to ask for whatever you want.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
As a shark, I'm allowed to offer whatever I want. Here's an offer I feel very comfortable with.
Okay.
I'll give you the $2 million for 25%.
$2,025,000.
$2,025,000.
What if we did something? Because out of fairness to investors, I am a little bit more locked in because of fairness of what we've just closed on.
Look, I believe in it. I think you're a really smart guy. I think you're doing it. I also believe it's risky.
We'll do $10, $15 million by 2015. Or you're not going to not get your money back.
Patrick, he just valued your business at $8 million.
Pat,
he's the largest investor that's ever written a check.
Pat,
he's a shark.
I love it when he does my talking for me. Pat, I don't have any interest.
I'm trying to help you because you clearly don't know what you're doing.
I don't have any interest in getting my money back this year, next year. This is, you're either going to scale it to 50 million or 100 million, or you're not.
Do you mind if I give someone a call and think about it for a second?
Bad things
I don't think
happen.
there's anything in between. Yeah. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to negotiate down. It's $2 million for 25%.
You know, Robert, for $2 million, if you like his business so much, just do it yourself.
You can try.
What are you going to do?
$2,025,000. I can't accept it. But that $2 million would go a very long way. This is something we...
Don't worry, it'll go a long way for somebody else who's going to get it right after you leave. So turn around, please. Time to give it to somebody else.
All right, well...
Thank you for coming.
Guys, I really appreciate your time.
Hey, that H to turn down $2 million takes guts.
That was the deal I visualized. I wanted it so bad. But at the end, we just couldn't meet in the middle, and saying no was hard, but it's just what I had to do.
Next up is a high-tech way to help you feel connected to your pets.
Hi, Sharks. I'm James Pelland.
And I'm Brooke Martin, and this is our friend Yo-Yo. We're asking you for a $150,000 investment in return for 20% in our company, IC Pooch.
IC Pooch is merging the tech industry with the pet industry.
My family dog suffered from separation anxiety whenever we left her alone at home. She would often be depressed or even destructive, and it was so heartbreaking to see her suffer. I did a lot of research, and I found out that canine separation anxiety is a common problem that affects more than 10 million dogs in the U.S. alone. I thought it'd be great if there was a way to check in on my dog remotely, ease her loneliness, and maybe even give her a treat. So I created IC Pooch, a device that lets you two-way video chat with your dog and deliver them a treat from anywhere.
IC Pooch is easy to set up. Just download our free app on your smartphone or tablet, connect IC Pooch to Wi-Fi, you place a device on the front of IC Pooch, and then set it in a convenient place for your pet.
Yo-Yo's owner, Glenn, is so proud that she gets to be here today pitching in front of you Sharks. But he misses Yo-Yo terribly and wants to check in to see how she's doing here in the tank. All Glenn has to do is launch the IC Pooch app on his phone, and Glenn can see and speak to Yo-Yo, and his face and voice offers a calming reminder that Yo-Yo is loved and missed.
Hi, Yo-Yo.
Come say hi.
Are you being a good girl for the Sharks?
If he wants to show even more love, he can simply press a button and IC Pooch dispenses a treat. IC Pooch is the next best thing to actually being with your dog.
So, Sharks, which one of you would like to help revolutionize the way we interact with our best friends?
James, we have video conferencing in our business. I can't get humans to use video conferencing to talk to each other. What makes you think the dogs on a consistent basis are going to do that?
Well, that's a great question. I was invited to a conference by the American Professional Dog Trainers Association, and actually a lot of dog trainers are using Skype technologies to train dogs without a human presence.
But how do I get the dog to sit at the keyboard and type?
Skyping to the dogs, huh?
Is your product just the case? Because obviously it's a standard tablet.
That's correct.
And what do you sell it for?
Right now it's $149 retail.
What does it cost you to make?
$60.
Have you sold any?
Yes, we just started shipping product about 2 months ago. We've sold so far about 115 units.
115,000?
115 units.
My gravest concern is you're introducing something that looks like a fire hydrant right into somebody's kitchen. I'm just wondering what the outcome's going to be.
That's a great point, Kevin.
It is a good point.
It is a good point.
What stops Poochie from saying, I've seen that before outside. I know what to do on my owner's face.
So I have a question. How did the two of you come up with it?
I created this when I was 12. I'm 14 now.
Wow. You're only 14?
Yes.
Wow.
I came up with this idea, and I pitched it at an event called Startup Weekend. And so it was me and 39 other adults that had pitched, and I ended up getting the most number of votes. So I got to work with a team of people, developers, designers. We think that dogs have a lot of, anxiety when their owners are away, and the owners do too. They miss their dogs when they're not able to be with them.
Is James your dad, Brooke?
No, James, so we met James through school. His kids went to school with me and my little sister, and so we got to know him and with his background, and we brought him on board as the CEO.
So James, what's your background?
I've spent 11 years in the computer industry between ASUS computers, Dell computers, and General Dynamics.
Is this your full-time job now, or
yes,
are you
it is.
still working for
yes,
the company?
Yes, I left ASUS to come do this.
James, how much are you paying yourself to run the company?
Nothing.
Good, okay.
Part of what we hope to do is get further down the road with design. However, in terms of the fire hydrant, we haven't had any reports of that, and none of the dogs we've tested with have ever done that.
Are you in retailers anywhere?
We're on Amazon. We are about to ship our first shipment, and we don't know what that PO is for yet. It's a Bed Bath & Beyond, because they're doing a pet tech sort of thing. They're doing a test in about 9 stores.
And they didn't tell you how many units they were going to order?
No, they didn't.
Can we see the product? I was curious because you called the dog over. The dog didn't go to Glenn. Did you notice that?
The hard part about this is there's so many distractions in this setting.
The treat comes out the front here.
And how does the treat get released?
It's kind of like a Pez dispenser. Basically, you stack the treats inside, and it swipes the bottom one out into the tray, and then they just fall down.
So, is the theory that you come home and you take the iPad off and you use it normally?
Yeah, exactly.
To me, that's the biggest problem. Because not a lot of people are going to have an extra iPad. I think the fact that you have to have an extra tablet of some sort. Really limits your market to the people who are capable of affording that. You know, conceptually, I think it's an okay idea, but I just think it's going to be hard to convey it and expensive to sell. And for those reasons, I'm out.
Okay, thank you for your opinion.
Consideration.
We are looking to drop cost, thus be able to drop price. So right now, there's a little over 30% margin.
30% margin, though, I think is low. Like most places want 50 or higher.
Yeah, we agree. But everybody we've talked to so far, they're okay with 40%.
I think the concept is a nice concept, and I do think it's probably more comforting to the owner than to the dog.
Absolutely.
That is where I think it falls, but I don't see it being a great market product right now. For that reason, I'm out.
I have a different opinion about this product. There's an old saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder. I think a little self-time for a dog is very important. Makes him miss you. When you come home, his tail is wagging. I hate this very much as an idea. Very much. I'm out.
Thank you for your opinion. Seabrook, the great thing about Kevin is he's mean to adults and children the same way.
I applaud you at your age competing against adults and actually win a competition like that. But you know, sometimes when you launch a product like that, just because you think it's a good idea, doesn't necessarily mean that the market's going to accept it.
Absolutely.
And you don't have enough sales where I can count on that. You know, when I don't know if something's going to work, I like to rely on sales, and you can prove me wrong. I don't think you've done that. I'm out.
I don't think it's tested enough, and I really do believe that, you know, honestly, dogs sleep 95% of the time that the owner's not there, and I think that it's going to create more anxiety, hoping that owner comes onto that screen. I just don't think it's, you know, enough proof right there whether it works or not, so I'm out.
Thank you, Damon.
You know, the great thing about this, though, is you're 14 years old, and you've already thought of one pretty clever item. I can't imagine what you're going to do in the next dozen years.
Brooke, at this pace, you'll be the queen of QVC in 4 years.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good luck.
You know, the Sharks missed a great opportunity to invest in IC Pooch, but I know the next time that they're missing their pets, they're going to want to be a customer for sure.
Next up is a product designed to help declare your home pride.
Sharks, my name is Ryan Schell, and I now live in New York City. I'm the founder of the Home Tee, and I'm here today asking for $250,000 in exchange for 5% equity in my company. Do me a favor, think about home for just a second. It's a place you know like the back of your hands. It's a comfortable place where memories are made. And you know, I've not always lived in New York City, and I've become all too familiar with what it's like to miss home. I miss the people, the accents, the sweet tea, and don't even get me started on the barbecue. Simply put, home is a place that makes you happy. And when I'm in New York City, it seems like almost daily, I'll be walking around minding my own business, and then out of the blue I hear, "Woohoo, Texas!" And I look up, and someone has spotted the Texas Home Tee that I'm wearing. And you can see them smiling from ear to ear. The Home Tee is made in the USA, and we're extremely proud to donate a portion of profit to charity. The brand is enjoyed by customers all across the United States and in other parts of the world. And I brought a piece of home here for you today. We have a little Croatia for you right here.
Oh, well, I like it now.
There's Illinois right there.
Look at that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's yours, Kevin?
Massachusetts.
Ryan, you have a t-shirt company you're saying is worth $5 million.
Yes, sir.
Why is it worth $5 million?
So in our first 12 months, we did $1.1 million in revenue.
Well, you just shut me up.
What'd you make on that?
$540,000.
How many people in the business?
Right now, it is just me.
Wow.
How much do you sell them for, Ryan?
So the crew neck that you're holding is $30.
So I have a question. I mean, I know it's a soft t-shirt. I get the comforts of home or people saying, woohoo, Texas, or whatever. Why do you think that this has done so amazingly well?
I think everyone can connect with home.
Or are you just great at PR?
From a marketing standpoint, we did start with a lot of digital, and marketing is my background, marketing and public relations.
Let's get to that stuff.
And the last job I had was at a major agency in New York City. And I'll have to say that I think I've always been an entrepreneur at heart. When I would say I grew up in what would be categorized as a low middle class family.
Where'd you grow up?
North Carolina.
Why is Texas home?
It's our #1 selling product.
There you go.
And I constantly sell the shirt.
So you're a fantastic salesman, you're a great marketer. Now I ask myself a question that we always deal with on Shark Tank when a commodity attorney comes forward, because that's what you have. I don't think you can protect any of this. So I asked myself, I really want to compete with you. Can I take $5 million, go hire another Ryan, and say, listen, guy, let's go out there and knock this off because it's so easy to do it. You're not worth $5 million. You can't protect any of it.
I'm absolutely worth $5 million.
Why?
And it's all about the brand, Kevin. You can create...
What brand? What brand?
The home tee.
Why can't I call it the Mr. Wonderful home tee?
Wait, stop. The difference is that's $5 million at risk. You're profitable. You've reduced the risk.
But it
so
takes
you're way ahead
nothing
of
to set this up.
It takes you $5 million.
Nothing.
The home tee is a trademark brand.
He cannot protect anything about it.
When you came out, Ryan, honestly, I thought T-shirt with a cool logo. It's interesting. Not in my wildest dreams, I think you'd be making $1 million.
Look, I didn't either.
How are you killing it? Help me understand that.
So word of mouth marketing has been massive for us.
How did you get that started?
What kind of word of mouth?
It literally started with, you sell a few shirts, and then you buy Croatia, and then you put it on Facebook, and then your friends...
So by people seeing it?
So it's just a grassroots movement.
It has been 100% grassroots. We've used Facebook very effectively. I know Mark,
how many likes do you have on Facebook?
We have 56,000 likes on Facebook. So what I use that audience for is not to say, hey, I've got a big Facebook audience. It's to say, here's a new product. I can advertise directly to that group.
Right, but you have to pay for that.
Yeah, and I want to know, how much did you spend last year in Facebook advertising?
I think it was probably less than $5,000.
Wow.
We have 2 ads right now that are converting for less than $5 an ad.
Okay, so that's good, right? But I'm still not buying the word of mouth and Facebook ads, right? Because you mentioned a lot about PR. You're from an agency.
Right. So in addition to the word of mouth, we've been very fortunate with celebrities. People like Bryan Cranston have worn the product, which is, super cool, right?
And how do you convert that to an image? You just put it on your website?
Correct. Now, we did get lucky with Hillary Duff. She wore the shirt. Then it landed in Us Weekly.
So what was your bump in sales from that?
It was more than $200,000 in revenue that month.
Okay. Are you selling almost all online? Are you selling through retailers?
We sell a tremendous amount directly via our website.
Well, it looks like you have bags,
right.
You have hats. Is that a pillow?
Yes, we sell the hats. We've got the tote bags.
How much of the non-T-shirt stuff do you sell?
Collectively, less than 10%.
This year you made up $1 million. Why are you here?
I need to hire some people. First off, on the 5%, that is a starting point for a negotiation. I know you guys just love 5%. So
no, we actually hate it.
Yeah,
so
no, I totally know.
You're a very smart guy. Have you ever seen us take a deal for 5%?
As I said, 5% was a starting point, and we can move from there if need be.
Listen, Ryan, I'll help everybody out here. T-shirts are commodity, okay? They're just a total commodity. You are a brilliant marketer. I'm going to hand you that. And a better salesperson. But to me, there's no chance in T-shirt hell that this is worth $5 million because even the existing online players, of which there are many, can actually do that, and there's nothing you can do to stop them. I'm not saying you have done a great job in creating demand for this, but there's nothing proprietary about it. There's absolutely nothing protectable. No way in hell it's worth $5 million.
So you're wearing a suit. I'm selling T-shirts.
I wear T-shirts all weekend long.
I've never seen you in a T-shirt. It doesn't mean you play in the circle.
Oh, he just
wow, right? You can say whatever you want. I don't think anybody here, and you can be bravado and say whatever you like, is going to give you $250,000 5% because I live on the planet Earth and I know what a T-shirt company's worth. I'm out.
Coming in here at 5%. You didn't really want a deal, I don't believe.
I absolutely wanted a deal, and as I stated, it is a starting point.
Why not ask for a realistic amount?
No, he came in saying he's going to negotiate.
I was very open.
As opposed to saying he's not going to negotiate.
So let me ask you a question. What would you go up?
I think 10-15% is something that I feel pretty comfortable with, and beyond that, I think that it's just a negotiation.
So I don't really believe that you want a deal, and it's just my gut feeling. I'm out.
I'm sitting here telling you guys, I genuinely would love a deal.
No, look, one of the things we're all very aware of is what we call the gold diggers, right? Someone coming in not really looking for a deal, just looking for the PR.
Absolutely.
I don't think you're a gold digger. I think you have real reason to be here. My question is, what comes next? There's got to be more to it to be a sustainable company.
There's absolutely more. The amazing thing, and what is blowing my mind, is the sustainability of this design in and of itself. So it's been 24 months. The shirt continues to sell.
Have you tried selling in any large retailers?
We've not gone after anything, and quite frankly, just with just me.
Do you do trade shows or anything?
Do a few trade shows, and that helps bring in some new accounts.
You better stop the wholesale and do exactly what you're doing, because in about 2-3 years, all the I Love New York companies and things of that nature, they're going to have this in every souvenir shop all over the place. So you should just take advantage of it, take the money and run.
Yeah, and really, Ryan, congratulations. I think you've done a great job.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah,
take the money and run.
The hard part of this is going from a product to a real company.
I think we've developed a brand.
You haven't developed a brand, you've developed a very convincing product, but that doesn't make it an investable company. Every single great product that's ever come out in the clothing world has seen a point where it was here,
right,
and then it got down here. The brilliant companies, the super successful companies are successful because of what they do when it starts to dip, right? I just don't see what you're going to do when that time comes.
I have customers that are dying for other colors. I have emails daily.
Ryan, that's great, but that doesn't make it a long-term company. And as an investor, that's what I need to see, and for those reasons, I'm out.
Brian, your company's on fire. It's fantastic. I'm trying to figure out why you're killing it. Your sales are remarkable for a T-shirt. But there's a lot of risk in the clothing business. It's going to dip. The highs are high, and the lows are low. So you got to build in some risk. I'll make you an offer. $250,000 for 35%.
Any thoughts from you, Lori? And thank you for the offer.
What if I gave you $250,000 for 30%?
So let's hypothetically
Just do the
say
math, right? Just do the math. It's the one
that's
you're
less,
paying.
that's less than I'm making this year. I would be saying, here's the company, I'm willing it away, and I would want to do a fair deal with you guys, and 30 or 35%.
Ryan, you came out looking for 5%. You by your own admission said it wasn't a fair deal.
You don't walk out here to be stupid. You're smart, Ryan. Stick to your guns.
One for 30% to 250,000, and the other 35%.
Don't turn stupid on us, Ryan.
Focus on those. Now you found out the real market value. What are you going to do?
I don't believe that that's the real market value, and no
You just heard two
insults to the offers. I could entertain something in the 10% range, and I'm happy to discuss that.
10% range?
10, 15, I'm just opening the door.
In the 10% range, I'm taking my money and going home. I'm out.
Ryan, you have an offer. What do you say?
I'm sorry, I would love to partner with you, but I just can't do that much.
What's your counter?
We could do 10% and $400,000.
Oh
my God.
Oh, you're raising the money, too.
I forbid you to do that
multiple.
deal.
It's a $4 million valuation. If you're talking about the multiple.
No, I'm sorry.
It's a T-shirt company.
I'm out.
Thank you for your consideration.
Ooh.
Ryan, I'll give you $250 for 20%.
I'm out.
Thank you for your consideration.
Ooh.
Ryan, I'll give you $250 for 20%.
I'm sorry, it's just the
You didn't
money.
want a deal then, like I thought.
Yeah, you did. I don't get bummed out about that.
Enough. What do you say to that offer?
I appreciate the offer, but it's just, I don't understand how that's $1 million you're saying the company's worth. I'm making more than that this year.
You're right. You really are. You made
No,
your
he's not,
choices.
Mark.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
right. Well, then either that or he's
really
one
think
hell of a
it's worth
liar.
$5 million?
Well, either that or he's a liar because
I
he's
gave
going
him
to
Right,
make
lying.
20% for $250,000. That's worth my time as well. He's not here for a deal.
You know what? He would be the moron of the century if he sold $1 million in sales at $1 million valuation.
You want to step over dollars to save pennies? That's up to you. I'm in the same exact industry as you. You're telling me that I don't deserve 1/5 of the company to bust my butt and make it a bigger company?
So I have always busted my butt. I'm not saying, Damon, come work for me full time. You open some doors, throw some breadcrumbs. I'm happy to
I'm not here
chase
to
it.
open doors and throw breadcrumbs. I'm here to be a partner with you.
I really appreciate you coming back in, but at $1 million, I'm going to make more than that in this 12-month period. And
Well, so like my friend always says, you're dead to me too.
Thank
Good
you.
luck,
Well,
Ryan.
I
Good
hope
luck.
you enjoy your T-shirts.
Congratulations, Ryan.
That was weird, Damon.
No, it's not. He's not that
Something's
stupid.
wrong.
You don't sell $1 million in earning in the current year
That $1 million
for $1 million.
is paper thin. Paper thin.
But it's still
paper
spendable.
Thin,
It's spendable.
Total commodity. It's a T-shirt.
That went much different than I thought. Maybe I should have come in at higher than 5%. Maybe I just completely screwed that up. I don't know.
Next time on Shark Tank, we salute Veterans Small Business Week and America's entrepreneurs who have also served our country.
I'm a former United States Marine.
Hoorah! Thank you for serving our country.
How many did you sell last month?
Probably like 40.
Ooh.
You know, life is full of obstacles and failures, and when we face that, we don't give up.
I'm going to make you an offer. Nobody knows what it takes like a SEAL does.
That is a big mistake.
Go beat him up.
When movies and murder collide, the bizarre life and times of Robert Durst, 2020 starts now.